Talks have now begun between officials from North and South Korea, the first direct talks between the countries in more than 2 years. Just a short while ago, the delegation from South Korea crossed this bridge to Panmunjom in the demilitarized zone for the talks. The summit follows months of heightened tensions on the Korean peninsula. Let's speak to our correspondent, Kevin Kim, who's on the line from the South Korean capital, Seoul. What will they be talking about, Kevin?
Well, it's unclear how long the meeting will go on for and exactly what issues will be discussed, but the South Korean delegation said it hoped to negotiate details and plans for senior-level talks later this week about normalizing economic cooperation between the two sides. South Korea had invited the North to have high-level talks in Seoul this week, but with tense relations and heightened mistrust, Pyongyang said that Sunday's border meeting had to take place first.
How significant is it that the real impetus for these talks came from the North?
Well, there's a cautious sense of optimism and questions after months of heightened military tension. Why indeed does North Korea want to have talks with the South now? On the surface, the North said it wanted to stop wasting time having verbal squabbles with the South and wished to get economic exchanges back on track, as well as talk about humanitarian affairs like arranging family reunions for the divided families. Perhaps there's an element of North Korea also feeling the diplomatic pinch from China and also economically.
Kevin, what about this line? What difference will it make to the North that this recently concluded two-day summit in California between the Chinese President Xi Jinping and President Obama, that both leaders have agreed that North Korea must give up its nuclear weapons program? Will that make any difference to Pyongyang?
Well, I think there's hope that this kind of improved relations between the two sides can somehow eventually lead to international talks for denuclearizing the North. But South Korea have already said that it wasn't interested in having talks for the sake of just talking. It wished to cut the vicious cycle of the North, raising military tension, having renewed dialogue, and only to face further brinkmanship, a pattern that's been going on for the last 2 decades.
All right. Kevin Kim in Seoul for us. Thanks very much, Kevin.